M0FXB Retevis MA1, new firmware 2.37. Let's get it in there. The USB cable that plugs into the back is required. There's mine, that actually leads to my computer. And there it is there, plugged into the back of the radio. Then you get a COM port. Right click, Device Manager. Move this out of the way, and there it is. And double click COM, go down on the left, and you want ports COM, double click, and it's Prolific 203 USB-C that's showing just there. And we're COM 30. The changelog is shown here. Version 2.37 is improved the strong spurious emissions of approximately 1 megahertz. There are some more updates here. Now I thought I had 2.33, so they did a few improvements there, fixed an issue monitoring volume during transmission, and then transmit interface was displayed earlier. There was a bit of a lag, wasn't there? But they've added one here, fixed a problem where set frequency 4460625 megahertz, but only 065 displayed. To fix some unknown issues. How do you fix something unknown? That's weird. Improve strong spurious is what we're doing today. So you can get the firmware from the Facebook page that I was on, or they've got it here on Alence. I couldn't see the firmware loader, so I ended up getting that from Retevis. I'll put the link in, and look, it's got MA1 software, that's the CPS, MA1 firmware there. But to make sure you've got 2.37, just double check that it's the white file that you get. It says 2.37. So once the cables are connected, or the cable is connected, get your radio into firmware mode for the main by turning it off, pressing and holding the band button. The CTRL button is for the front LCD unit update, but we're just going to do the band and then turn on. And it actually says main update there. So we're in firmware mode. Now we need to open the load. So MA1 firmware, and you're looking for here, look for, where is it? Double click this one again. Here it is. I got it here. So what you want to do is extract it to a folder. So when you go to the zip and the firmware, don't just open it there like I did once. Extract it to a folder so that when you look inside that folder, MA1 here, that I just named it MA1. To create a new folder, you just right click on your desktop and click and set and just type select new folder, then give it a name. So look, MA1, and then again tap MA1 at the top here, and again, and there's our firmware loader. Now this folder has 2 firmware update files. I'm only seeing 1 firmware update file for the 2.37, so I'm guessing they've only done the main, but you know, we'll see. So this, you end up with this white window here. There's my radio ready to go. And then we're going to go COM, and we know it's 30. And then we're going to go Tool Update. Okay, we end up with this one. Main board, we're going to go Open. And find on my desktop, I put that file in a folder called Firmware Bin, MA1 Bin I call it, Desktop. MA1 bin, and there it is there. And then we'll go update. So that's going in nicely. I couldn't find anything for the LCD board, but that seems to be going in. Now, if someone has found a different file for the LCD app, the front part, let me know. We can quickly do that as well, no problem. And this is what we're seeing on the radio. And then I'm just going to teach myself how to check for spurious emissions on 2 meters and 70. I know there were some videos, some YouTubers made some videos saying that the emissions weren't that great. And so they'll be, once they do their firmware, they'll do theirs, won't they? They'll be checking. And it is important that these manufacturers check all this. Really, they should check it before they actually start selling it, because it's such a crucial part of making a ham radio that we don't, when we're transmitting, you know, transmit on bands that we don't even realize we're transmitting on. That's going in. Hope this video helps you load. I think it's a lovely radio, and I think it's quite well priced, about £240 in the UK on Amazon. And you get everything you need with it, you know, your head unit. You can separate the head unit. It's nice. It's a nice microphone, backlit. So that's it. If you look on the screen now, it says success. So that's good. Let's turn it off. Now this is the new one I've been trying to do. Is let's press and hold. Looks great. I've been trying to see how you look up the firmware you've got on the actual radio. You could probably look it up with the CPS. But I wanted to see what it was on the radio, and the only thing I could find is if I turn it off and hold down this button here, the left button, and turn on, it does that. But otherwise, oh, I put it into dual mode. How did I do that? But otherwise, oh, I put it into single mode. Otherwise, I can't see how you can look up the firmware on the radio just by pressing buttons. So if someone knows how to do that, let me know. But we've definitely upgraded the firmware now. Thanks for watching, and more tests coming. 7